What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So apparently, Damon Dash, former CEO of Rockefeller Records, I don't know if he was a CEO, but he was over Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z. Dame calls out Kevin Hart for refusing to speak out against Diddy, Sean Diddy or P. Diddy Combs. So TMZ pulled up on Kevin Hart and they asked him when he hosted an event for Diddy, did he catch any baby oil, right? Kevin Hart then jokingly responded, you asking the wrong person the wrong questions, right? And so after that, Dame Dash came out on this whole little soliloquy talking about, he wondering why certain relationships with certain people have been severed over the years, and if it's because of their affiliation with Diddy, and basically if they on the wrong side, I'm paraphrasing, right? He then gets to Kevin Hart. And he said, when I'm looking at Kevin Hart, who I had a relationship with, he changed up on me. He don't respond to me the same way or whatever. He was like, when people asking him questions, Kevin Hart, when people asking Kevin questions, he's real serious. And I'm like, what the F was going on? Kev was over there too? He's talking about when TMZ was asking Kevin Hart the questions about Diddy, right? He says, and now if I could ask him, I would be like, yo, what the F was you doing over there? Why you being so quiet about what was going on, right? Now, he's basically insinuating Kevin was probably doing some foul stuff over there too, and that's why he's refusing to speak out against Diddy. Now, it's so interesting to see this and hear this from Dame, because Dame is the man who coined the term chatty patty, right? He said grown men shouldn't be talking on other men's business. He said that publicly, right? And now he's out here being the same thing that he spoke out against being. Now you out here trying to throw Kev under the bus and insinuate that Kev has something going on with Diddy. Really, and it's really because Kevin Hart don't want to fund your movie, right? And this is what I hate about this whole Diddy situation, is that I'm not taking up for Diddy at all, but a lot of people are using Diddy to talk about people they already don't like, right? You got people, oh, LeBron said ain't no party like a Diddy party, right? A lot of the LeBron haters, when their favorite basketball player, Kobe Bean Bryant, was at Diddy parties too. It's pictures of Kobe and Diddy at Diddy parties together, right? But a lot of the LeBron haters, oh, he was at a Diddy party, he was at a Diddy party. But when you say Bean was at the Diddy party too, now they ready to fight you and get mad at you, right? This is the thing, man. Dame Dash is a walking, talking contradiction. Like I said, he got a personal problem with Kevin. And so now he's trying to flip an angle to make it seem like, oh, Kevin was on them Diddy tapes and he was kicking it with Diddy, so he had to be doing something. Now Dame want to take the Jaguar right route, because you got a personal problem with Diddy, with Kevin, because Kevin don't want to fund your movie. Come on, man. Knock it off, G. Knock it off. I think that's clowned out, especially now when I'm calling Dame a chatty patty. I remember Dame himself spoke about being at a Diddy party. So you was at the some events before, Dame, right? And probably if you were still financially in a certain, if you kept your relationships intact, not financially, if you kept certain relationships intact and you wasn't cussing everybody out, you probably would still be in Diddy's circle. Should we be looking at you funny, with the side eye? Should we be looking at you funny style? Because you was at the parties? Come on, bro. Knock it out. Everybody went to, like I said, I'm not condemning anybody that was at a Diddy party, because everybody was there, right? I don't know what was going on in the after hours parties, but the parties, everybody was at them parties, bro. It was a thing to do. You know what I mean? But to try to insinuate Kevin had something going on because he don't want to speak on it, first of all, I'm going to say this, man. Kevin don't got to speak out against nothing going on unless he is legally required to, right? Unless he's legally required to. And I'm going to say this too, because it's funny that this is coming from Dame, because Dame was dating Aaliyah Harton, right? Famous singer Aaliyah. And Aaliyah spoke to him about certain things about R. Kelly. Why were you not on the front lines going against R. Kelly after you found out this information from Aaliyah? Why weren't you speaking out? After you heard this information from Aaliyah, after Aaliyah passed away, why weren't you speaking out? And Dame tried to act like he didn't mess with R. Kelly no more after Aaliyah told him about what happened to her at the hands of R. Kelly. But then we see Dame in the Fiesta video partying up, having a good old time in the Fiesta, the R. Kelly and Jay-Z Fiesta video. He all in the video. Dame having a time in his life and was acting like he didn't rock with R. Kelly no more after that, right? So again, Dame is a walking, talking contradiction. I'm just laying the ground for that, right? But yeah, man, like, anyway, when Dame, speaking about chatty patties, because Dame hates chatty patties, Dame also always says bosses don't gossip about other men. What happened to that, Dame? Dame, you a boss. I thought bosses don't gossip about other men, because that's what you said. That's what you said, Dame, right? But yet and still, we got you on camera talking about you went to Diddy parties yourself, and you insinuated that Diddy might have been spiking the Ciroc bottles. He might have been spiking the Ciroc bottles. Some people are like, oh, he trying to be funny. Nah, he doing a lot of stuff. He trying to throw some stuff to the wall and see if it'll stick. You know, probably to gain, I don't know, certain relevancy in the industry or whatever, all of that. But again, I thought bosses don't gossip on other men. Because you don't know for a fact if he was spiking Ciroc bottles or nothing like that. You throwing that out there to the public saying he was spiking Ciroc bottles at the parties with everybody. Now, we heard Diddy was allegedly drugging women at the freak-offs, but I'm talking about at the parties. That's another thing for you to say. That's all that's just all what you're insinuating that. You don't know that, right? I'm gonna say this too, man. Dame don't care nothing about what Diddy did or didn't do. He doesn't. He has a personal gripe with Kevin Hart because Kevin won't fund his film, and this is where all of this is stemming from. And so Dame is very disingenuous. Like I said, a lot of people are using this Diddy situation to attack anybody that they don't like. If you see anybody that you don't like in a picture with Diddy, everybody hopping out, oh, you had to be doing this. Oh, you had to be doing that. Oh, you had to, like, that's what everybody doing. You see somebody you don't like in a picture with Diddy, now they had to be doing stuff. Come on, man. I'm not the biggest fan of Chris Brown outside of music. His music, he's a dope artist. I'm not the biggest fan of Chris in his personal life, but I saw a picture of him and Diddy. I'm not finna insinuate that Chris was doing some stuff that Diddy is accused of doing. I'm not gonna say Chris was in them freak offs because he had a picture with Diddy. That's just silly and foolish of me to say because everybody got pictures with Diddy, especially 5 to 10 years ago. Your mama, your daddy, your uncles, your cousins. You hear me? Your grandmama probably was gonna take a picture with Diddy back then because, again, it was a thing to do. He was extremely popular in hip hop music, which is black culture, and so black folks are definitely were prone to take pictures with a person who was iconic in black culture. You know what I mean? So, and yes, hip hop is black culture. It's created by black folks. I'm gonna say that because I know somebody gonna be hip hop is not black culture. It's street culture. It's black street culture. That's where hip hop came from. Black folks. But anyway, yeah, it's just very interesting to see Dame become the chatty patty he spoke against for so many years because he hated when people was bringing up Jay-Z in interviews. I'm not a chatty patty. You talk about other men for a living. He was attacking DJ Envy. I'm a boss. You talk about other men for a living, and I would never talk about other men for a living. I'm never talking about other men. Yes, you are. Now you out here talking about other men, throwing other men under the bus, insinuating they were doing things that you don't have no proof of them ever doing. You throwing everything into the wind. You putting allegations out there. Oh, he could have been. Maybe he was spiking the Ciroc bottles. Maybe Diddy was spiking the Ciroc bottles at the parties. And you don't know what was going on, but you out here throwing stuff against the wall, hoping it'll stick. Just like I say Jaguar Wright be doing. You know what I mean? But you use real information to kind of draw people in, stuff that we already know. He's using stuff we already know to draw us in, and then try to add on to that with some extra stuff. Oh, maybe Kevin Hart was over there too. Why? Again, because Kevin don't want to work with you. I don't blame Kev not wanting to do business with Dame. Dame has a reputation of sullying businesses that he gets into, and he ruins it with his bad attitude. Come on, man.